Is anybody here? How you doing, everybody? Welcome. Good morning to Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm the best friend you've got. We're live here for Friday, March the 15th, 2024. You know what today is? Today is a big, big day. It's the third Friday of the month. It's the first quarter of the year. So we have, I think it's a quadruple witching hour today. We have got stock options expiring today. On the third Friday of every month is the biggest series of options expiring. Futures for crude oil, for commodities, currencies, index futures. It's also a repositioning day for a lot of index funds and a lot of other funds that reposition their portfolios to reflect the changes in prices of stocks and equities in the first quarter, to realign their funds, to make them more accurate, to track whatever they're tracking, whether it's the banking index, the high-tech index, the real estate index, the Dow index, the S&P, the NASDAQ, whatever. And so a lot of movement is going on today. Will happen as the bell opens until the bell closes. At the moment, all you're seeing in the markets is the hype going into the opening, and everyone's guessing what the open is going to be like, but not exactly what it's going to be like and exactly where it'll be 20 minutes after the opening, or an hour or two or three. So we're going to see a lot of fluctuations today. There are 4 days a year where we get volatility building, and those 4 days are the third Friday of the end of each quarter. So March and June, September, October, and the end of the year. So today is March, the first quarter, third Friday of March, and it's option expiry date. That means $5.5 trillion, approximately $5.5 trillion of options and futures are shifting out today, from expiring tonight, going into April, May, and June. And so there's a ton of rollover activity, and it's going to be volatile on stocks and on options. So I'm warning you, I'm telling you, that's what we're dealing with. Quick look at the markets. You can see right here. Let's see if I can make this work any better. I'm experimenting with a new thing here. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. We've got the Dow right now up 60 points, as you see up here in the pre-market. The S&P up 3.5 points. NASDAQ is showing a decline of 16. You see gold up 90 cents and silver up 32 cents. And then you see crude oil down 64 cents at 80.63 now, 63 cents. This is changing. It's live, and it's fluctuating. Just below here, we have SOFI Technologies. Pre-market at 710, up 5 cents a share on 432,000 shares. Here's the chart so far this morning, and you can see it's generally moving higher in a slight way. We've already sort of touched 711, 712 a tiny bit. Headlines coming across. You see here, import prices rise for second month in a row and add to U.S. inflation. And we see some other headlines coming through right here. As usual, this is what we get all the time. That is the story. I'm sticking to it. Couple of other market movers and pre-market movers I'm watching. Let me kind of get back over to here so you don't have to worry about me playing with this thing. I don't want to watch you that. I can watch that nonsense. It's Adobe. I'm watching Adobe very closely this morning. Adobe shares last night were in the 570 or 60 range, 70 range, and then they came up with earnings last night, and their earnings were good. They beat on the top line. They beat on the bottom line. They announced a $25 billion stock buyback. Stock's down $64 on the pre-market. Why would that be? Why would a stock be down $64, 11%, when they make such good moves? And the volume today, look at that, 150,000. There's nothing trading here. This is a nothing burger. It closed last night at $570 a share. I mean, come on, man. Well, they came out with this traditional conference call, at the end of the day, and they talked about the future of the earnings of the company, and the first quarter, what they were asked, well, what's your first quarter? And they came out with this wishy-washy a guesstimate of what the first quarter was going to be, and all the traders jumped on that. They accused the company of a weak weak outlook, and so they jumped on it. Now there are some forecasters putting lower price targets on the stock, but the earnings beat and revenue guidance is lower than Wall Street expected, and this is where you have this classic battle between investors and analysts. Analysts have an expectation of how much we think you should earn next quarter. And the companies come out and say, you can expect whatever the hell you want to expect, but here's what we're going to tell you. We're going to tell you the real deal, what's going on the front line of the war here. We're on the front lines of this battle, okay? You're in your cushy little offices somewhere back here. You have no idea what we're going through on the front lines. We are delivering to you guys phenomenal profits, phenomenal revenues. We're not going to play this game where you guys expect us to do this when in reality this is happening. We're not playing that game, because if we play along with the analysts and we blindly say, oh yeah, we're gonna do exactly what the analysts say, and the company doesn't deliver, lawsuits. You've got class action lawsuits from zillions of lawyers waiting to pounce. They're the ones who are constantly advertising, have you lost money in the market lately? You should give us a call. We'll talk to you. We'll sue these guys. These public companies don't play this game. They go, no. We're going to tell you what's really going on. We have sticky inflation. We have an AI universe evolving in front of our eyes at light speed. We have China problems. We have Ukraine problems. We have Israel problems. We have world trade problems. We have all kinds of other problems. We're not going to sit here and just say, oh yeah, no problem. We're just going to break all kinds of records and make all kinds of money like there's no tomorrow. Not a chance. It would be great if the company says, we expect to do this, this, and this, and then they exceed expectations. That's okay. But we have to wait 3 months for them to exceed expectations. And so the speculators out there who have been all over Adobe stock, whether they were call option gamblers, put option gamblers, they put an 11% swing on the stock. They put the probability of the shares moving 11% either higher or lower or somewhere in between based on reports of the company's financials. And here we are. Beat on the top line, beat on the bottom line, a $25 billion stock buyback program announced, and the stock is off $64 a share. My hunch here is that these shares in the actual market, when we really trade in 40 minutes from now or whatever, it's 50 minutes from now, they may not be down here. They may be more in the 510 to 520 neighborhood, but they could be at 495 to 500 or 505. They certainly could. This is where we are now, 505.95. But I don't know how long this is going to last. Here's something else that's a dead giveaway that something big is not happening. Something bad is not happening. That number right there, 151,900, that volume, are you kidding me? This stock is down $64 on 150,000 shares. Give your head a shake. I don't buy it. I'm sorry, I don't buy it. This is bunk. If we had 1.5 million by now, I'd go, oh, okay, well, there's some volume here, but 150,000? Oh, I don't think so. No. I don't know if the pessimists are going to draw in enough volume behind them to get this going. I really don't think so. Anyway, market cap of the company, $260 billion. They're not going anywhere. They're doing just fine. They're a big machine, and the shares have hit a high this year of $638 a share. There's the year high right there, $638. The low a year ago, $331. And yesterday's range, $568 to $579. And we're going to open in the low 500s. It could be $510 to $530 a share in the first hour or two of trading. We may, at the end of the day, come out of here at $510, $520, $530 a share, maybe higher. And next week, as things settle down and all these option players have moved on because they're going to cash out today, they're going to be either winning on their put trades, losing on their call trades, winning or losing on their spreads right to the last minute of the day. And on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, nothing's going to happen. It's all over, and the stock starts to drift back to the 520, 30, 40 range. Is my guess. That's my hunch. I think that's where we're going to go. It's not like this stock hasn't had gyrations before. If you look at a one-year chart on the stock, you can plainly see here there have been times where the shares have had good sessions, bad sessions, positives and negatives, corrections, and everything else. Just let me show you right here. See if I can make this work for you. There we go. We've had dips like this before surges like this. That's happened. And then, of course, you get these flat lines right here where you sort of stay in this box and don't do much of anything. And then, of course, you get these. Look at these gyrations here, just like these. And then you get these like this, and then you get a recovery again. This is normal. This is the way this is how this stock can work. Absolutely no question. Nothing unusual for this stock to have gyrations on it. So there you go. Anyway, that's the story. I'm sticking to it. 505.80. It's been at as high already as 510 this morning in the pre-market. It's been down to the 502 level or something like that. I'm watching it. We'll see what's going on, and we'll see what happens. All right. Welcome all to the party. Welcome all to the show. It's nice to have you here today. We've got a volatile day coming today, I think. That's what's going to happen, all right? Cash secured puts on Adobe. No, I wouldn't do cash secured puts. What I would do is credit spreads. And I would do put credit spreads on Adobe. If the shares are in this low 500 neighborhood, they're around $500, 505, and you can put together $400 to $420 put credit spreads as a new position, knock yourself out. If you're into a position already that is a put trade, and I know a number of my viewers are, don't do anything. Just fold your arms. Just sit like this. You have no need to make a move. If you don't expire until April or May, you don't need to do anything today. Allow the stock to do all of its nonsense. It might only move in a $10 or $20 range today, which really won't make much of a difference. Wait it out. Next week, we'll really see what's going on as the days go by, and let these option players come and go. They move on to the next victim or whatever they're following for earnings, and watch this stock likely do a recovery here of 50% of this dip easily in not too long a time frame, and that for many of you on your put credit spreads will be beautiful. Now, for those of you getting into put credit spreads this morning, if you're taking on a new position in this low 400 range, obviously if the shares next week move into this 520, 540 range, you're well on your way. And so you're looking at April trades. I would say the third Friday of April is where you want to go. All right. Just to show you how I do it, here's my handy dandy market watch thing. You'll notice here that if I zoom in on the chart there, underneath the chart it says options. I'm going to just click on options and see if the option chain pops up. There it comes down there. Here it is. And I'm going to go to April 19, which you see right here on this chart right here. You see this here, April 19 expiry, and over on the far left, strike prices. And you can see here 300s all the way up, going up to the 400s. And so I would be looking at these roughly 420 range. Now, these quotes are not going to help you this morning because these are last night's closes. So taking a look at, as I've said before, 400 to 420 to 400 range, or 400, 420 range on puts would be the way to look. So let's move up here. Sorry. Let's see, let's undo that. Okay, let's go back up here here we go. So here's the 420 range, here's the 400 range, maybe 440 to 420, somewhere in here or somewhere in here, where you write the 440 and you buy the 420, or you write the 420 and buy the 400 for April. But these quotes won't help you because they are from yesterday, and they're from last night. So we'll have to wait till the opening, see what these quotes really are about. Okay, that's what I'm talking about there. 506 now in the stock, 505.60. Watch the stock move 50 cents a trade, dollar a trade. The volatility is ridiculous. But then that's Adobe. That's how this game works. There we go. The Dow up 72, S&P up 5, NASDAQ down 4, oil down 52 cents, and Adobe now sitting at 504.90 as we see the gyrations go. On top of everything else, Adobe releases their financials the evening before the third Friday of the first quarter. On the one hand, it's a great way to attract attention to yourself, but what are you thinking? Is my second question about this move. What are you thinking? Are you nuts? Releasing your financials so that the stock reacts to your end of your financials. The stock reacts to your financials on a triple, quadruple witching hour day. What are you, nuts? You guys should be smarter than that. You should have done this yesterday. You should have done this Monday. You shouldn't be doing it today. This is my opinion. It's insane. Now, if you're SoFi or if you're GameStop and you want the attention, then this is the way you do it. But Adobe doesn't need attention. Adobe isn't a spec stock. Anyways, I do what I can. I'm just a guy in front of a computer saying, kids, I'm trying to tell you what's going on in plain English, and this is what's going on in plain English. That's all I can tell you. All right. Any of it, there you have it. What else is going on here? Folding arms will be a skill today that others will be working on. Let's see. If you were into any trades that were expiring today, you would have done rollovers last week or the week before if you've done things correctly. But I was getting questions yesterday. Should I take on an Adobe credit spread right now before the earnings come out tonight? And I was going, no. Hopefully people listen to me. I don't know. I only advise. I don't trade. I just tell you what I think you should or should not do, but it's up to you to decide yourselves how you want to play it. All right, so that's the story of that stock, and we'll see what it does as the day wears on. Watching, of course, all the other favorites of ours. SoFi is at 707 right now. I'm going to take a look here at some of our favorites, see what we're looking at here for the pre-market. We've got 40 minutes to go before we open up for trading. Looking at Rocket Lab right now, up 3 cents. SoFi at 707, up a couple pennies. GameStop is up 2 cents. Matterport, no change. Nothing on 23andMe really. Aspire down 71 at 11.12. That sure is gyrating a lot. ATIP down 11. We've got SmartRent up 8. Apple is up 53. Goldman is up 43 cents. We've got we do that over there. We've got Cisco up a dime. Tesla up 27 cents this morning. ARC Innovation is down 31. Microsoft up $1.78, make it $1.92. Microsoft now $427 a share. This is a company hitting record highs right around here. The high yesterday was $427.82. That's an all-time high for the company. $3.08 trillion market cap. We're at $427.12 right now, up $1.90. And it looks like Microsoft wants to go higher, which means the trade you consider here is a put credit spread. If you want to play options on Microsoft in a conservative way, you're looking at 375s to 350 range, 390 to 370. You certainly want to be behind this stock at least 10%, at the very least. So yeah, 350, 75 would be a comfort zone that I could live with. Just so you know. All right. What else? Let's move on here. Other stocks. Pfizer's up a dime. HBQ down 8. Google is down 46 cents. We have no change on Amazon. Nvidia is down 580. Was down 29 yesterday. It's at 873. If you're getting into new credit spreads on Nvidia, you're looking at April or May contracts where you're definitely into the put side. That's where I tell you to be. 750, 775 range, $100 behind the stock, a comfortable place to be. Unity is up a nickel. CIAI is down 16 cents. 3C.AI Inc. symbol AI down 16. Adobe is at 502 now, 502.46. You're going to see this $5-10 gyration. Just accept it, allow it to happen, but don't be surprised. The closer to the open, the shares start to move up. Don't be surprised if they start moving into the 5, 10, 12, 15 range. Or higher, because I don't see a volume wave of panic here. I just don't see it. The company is in no trouble. This is purely a reaction to their outlook for the first quarter as opposed to the results of their last quarter. Spiders are up 22 cents. The Qs are down 46. Netflix is up 8.60. IBM up 50 cents. Meta is up 48. Vanik is down 170 a share. The Home Depot shares up 23 cents. Enphase up 49 cents. Palantir is down 16 cents. Uber is up 34 cents. And Coinbase right now down $10.17. I did a video last night on Coinbase because Coinbase had done and was proposing a cap call transaction. They've announced the details of their cap call transaction. Video is available for you to watch at your leisure. I conclude at the end of the video not to get in there. I didn't believe, based on what I saw and what I can understand of the deal, that it makes sense to chase Coinbase stock, that it's going to go much higher from here because of this cap call deal. This cap call deal will not impact the stock very much. There are only 4 million shares in play with the cap call transaction financing. We're talking a $1.2 billion deal and a $333 exchange price for shares for debt. That's 4 million shares. It's not enough. The shares are going to go higher or lower on one thing only: value of cryptocurrencies. That's what's going to make Coinbase move. Today, crypto shares, or crypto currencies, I should say, are lower. We're down 2% on Bitcoin, $1,500 a coin, down 3.9% on Ethereum. Excuse me. Others are down 6 and 7% today. So there's no way that Coinbase will go up with these currencies going down as much, because Coinbase makes its money on exchange rates on dollars to coins, coins to dollars. And it's a percentage business, and it's how much volume they attract on making moves, and the spread between what they pay people for their coins and what they get them for them, and all this stuff. But the lower the coins, the lower the value of these currencies, the lower the cash flow of Coinbase. And the shares have been on a huge tear. They really ran up, and they hit a high of 271 or something like that for the 52-week high 2-3 days ago. We're now at $210 a share, ballpark in the pre-market here. 223, I should say. Pardon me. We're down $10 to 223. We were 233 yesterday, and I would not be putting very much faith in this cap call deal. I don't mind the cap call deal from the angle of the corporation. I think it's fantastic for the corporation to have a cap call deal where they only have to pay 1/4 percentage point in interest on the money they've raised. Like, they're paying virtually nothing for the money. That's great. But it's $1.2 billion against a $60 billion company. They're knocking off debt of 3.5%, 3.75%, something like that, 3.58%. That's fine, but they're not eliminating 12% interest with 1/4% interest. It's 3 5/8 to 1/4%. Fine, but not a game changer. This doesn't completely change the outlook of the corporation. For SOFI, their deal was a game changer. It was the first time they entered the cap call financing market. They eliminated 12.5% debt, which was going to become 17.5% debt. They were going to have to pay $60 million a year in interest on debt. They got rid of that. It's gone. Fantastic move. $320 million of it. So that's $60 million a year. Thank you very much. They have already rolled over other preferred shares into common. Smart move. Their capital ratio has gone up 2%. They have deflected all the criticism that has been directed at them by all kinds of analysts, shills, left, right, and center. There's still talk out there. This is how silly, stupid it is. There are analysts out there and followers who say, "Oh well, if interest rates go any higher or lower, we're going to have higher default rates." Default rates. You want to get a loan through SoFi? You better have a very high credit score, or you're not getting a loan through SoFi. SoFi's delinquency rates on their loans is one of the industry's smallest. And what analysts keep forgetting is they talk about, well, if interest rates don't go down soon, or if the economy slows down anytime, which we've been calling for a recession for 3 years now? Where is it? But if things get bad, the delinquency rates on loans will go up, and that could really hurt SoFi. And I'm going, no, you guys don't understand. If the interest rates are going to go higher, because they're not going to go lower, and SoFi and Chase Manhattan and or JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs and all these other institutions have loan defaults showing up, the biggest banks will have billions in problems. SoFi will have millions in problems because SoFi doesn't lend $500 billion in loans out to anybody. They're not that big. But for SoFi and for JP Morgan and for Goldman Sachs and for Bank of America and Wells Fargo, for those guys to offset loan delinquency problems, you know what the solution is for those guys? They've been doing this for decades, these guys. They've been around a long time, these big banks. They raise rates to everybody else. That's all they do. They charge the rest of us more money. They find a way to take care of this problem. And for SoFi, if they raise their loan rate by 0.25 percentage point, so the next person coming in to borrow 20 grand for whatever, instead of getting a loan of 7.75%, they got to pay 8%, or instead of 8.25, it costs them 8.5. It's not going to dissuade them from borrowing the money. The 0.25 point uptick on each loan that they do going forward covers any delinquencies going back the last 5 years. It is a nothing burger. Okay, there is no one borrower that SoFi has that can sink their business. They have 8 million customers, and they're going to 10 million customers. Not one of them dominates that bank in any way, shape, or form. So this is what these shills and short sellers, they don't want you to know this. They don't want the world to know this. They're just trying to create hype for their lower pricing. And by the way, SoFi's short interest is now in excess of 18% of all free trading stock. This is a record high of all time. It's over 171 million shares and climbing. There are more shorters piling into and against SoFi in the last 2 weeks than before. It's growing. This number of shorts is growing, which means the slingshot is being pulled back and back and back, and eventually you let her go and off goes the rock. This stock goes higher the more shorters getting into it, because the other effect, the snapback rally, will be even stronger. So yeah, Noto is setting the table for one hell of an explosion. I just keep wondering when the short squeeze kicks in. What triggers it? I don't know. I don't know what triggers it, but something will trigger the short squeeze. And when it begins, it will be really ugly. Really ugly for the shorters. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Mr. Z here. This is absolutely the best morning my feed. Morning my feed on YouTube. Super underrated. Thank you for all the effort. Well, thank you. Appreciate you. What can I say? Can the SoFi go under 7 today? Yeah. Oh, sure. It went to $6.99 yesterday for a moment. It can go under $7 today. Sure. Could it go to $6.50 today? Yeah. What would make SoFi go down to $6.50 today? Why would SoFi take a dump today? I mean, a real dump today. Only one thing would do it, and that is if the markets as a whole, the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ, go into a sell wave of panic. I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. The Dow's up 54.14%. The S&P is up 0.03%. The NASDAQ is off 0.14%. There is zero momentum to the downside here. Zero coming in here. Capital from around the world is coming into U.S. markets because Europe is in a recession. The UK is suffering from Brexit. Brits are getting out. The UK money is going out of the UK into other markets because it's better elsewhere. Asia is trying to figure it out. The Chinese economy, a complete disaster at every turn and every level. Every demographic of China is in trouble. The unemployment rate among the youth of China is not being reported anymore the way it used to be reported. They used to report unemployment. Now they report more like indications of unemployment. The Chinese are experts at fudging the books, and they are the masters of disaster. They are fudging every book they have, and no one believes a single word coming out of their mouths because they're lying. They are absolutely lying because they're in a real mess, a real poop hole right now. Money's coming into the U.S. If a public company in the U.S. posts its results, you can pretty well count on it to be real. Accounting standards in the United States are strict, as in Europe as well. The G10, the G20, very strict accounting rules. Occasionally, cheaters go through, but they don't last very long, and their repercussions are terrible. But in China, you can't trust the books. It's just impossible. And Asia is worried about the Chinese problem. Japan's economy, Vietnam, South Korea, Indonesia, Philippines are all, worried about the Chinese big picture, and that's the story. That's why money's coming into the U.S. markets, and we're not going to see a big down dip. The only way all stocks take a dump is if there's a panic wave of selling. Well, you tell me what it's going to be. Is it going to be because unemployment is going straight up? Well, that's not happening. Job openings, have they disappeared overnight? No, that's not happening. Demand for goods, that's not happening. People aren't driving cars anymore. No, not in America. No, that's not happening. So what is it? Where is the weakness of the U.S. economy? In the U.S. economy that is triggering a sell-off? There isn't one. That is the bottom line. The American economy is the strongest on the planet right now, and the Republicans are really upset about this because they need to get reelected on fear. They've got to convince the public that the Democrats are ruining everything, and they're not getting the evidence coming their way. They're having a hell of a time with it. Welcome to the party, pal. It's nice to see you here. Let's continue on. Can you make money today? That's really what it's all about. Thank you for those of you out there who have been joining this channel as subscribers. Our subscriber counts are pushing almost 81,000. Fantastic. Thank you for those of you who have become members of this channel. You're becoming a family member here. You're becoming a Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member or a Gold Bagel member of this channel. Welcome to the party, pal. You are among the finest YouTubers, period, out there. We do a lot of back and forth discussion here. A lot of my viewers talk to each other right here on this tab here. Also on the Discord. If you want to be part of the Discord group, become a Gold Bagel member immediately. Send me an email and say, Uncle Bruce, I would like to become part of the Discord group. Could you help me out? I'll get you a link over there so you can join that coveted group. We're very picky, and I shouldn't use the word we because I don't run the Discord channel. I don't do it. I'm not even on it. That is run by one of my viewers, and they are very particular about trolls. And so you can't just waltz along and join the Discord group on your own. You have to be almost invited in. And so become a Gold Bagel member. Send me an email, and I'll get you a link over there so that you can get yourself you can become a Discorder. In any event, thank you all for those of you becoming members, becoming subscribers, and joining Discord. And then again, for those of you who in the last few weeks now, a number of you, I've seen a bunch of new names show up on my class under the class acquisition. So folks are picking up classes number 1, number 2, classes 3, 4. These first 3, 4 classes, I see a bunch of new participants in the classes for how to write options. Congratulations to those of you who are doing this. You have decided enough's enough. I'm going to make money in this market. I don't want to just do the same old that everyone else I know has been trying to do, and they have been failing miserably. I want to generate income from my account. Now, if you are an investor and you want to put money away and not have to worry about, the minute-to-minute minutia of it, and you're not interested in managing your account very aggressively, you just want to kind of set it and forget it, you are a classic long-term investor. And this is where a lot of money managers out there promote themselves as your manager to manage your money long-term. And if you have a 20-year, 40-year time frame, you're their client. You'll put so much away every week, so much away every month. Maybe your employer at work matches you or whatever. Great. You're into bond funds, growth funds, high-tech funds, whatever, ETF funds. Set it and forget it. But when it comes time to look at your statements at the end of the year, at the end of the quarter, or whatever, be prepared to not see incredible returns on your money. Just be prepared to see probably reasonable returns on your money, okay returns on your money, some kind of returns on your money. FOMO Baggins is here. Welcome, FOMO, to the show. Chilling with Uncle Bruce member, welcome aboard. Nice to see you here. Look, if you're looking at a return, you're happy with a return around inflation, 3%, 5%, 4 to 6, great. You've more than made the manager money, because they get the first 2% off the top all the time. They take a fee every month from your account. They love you for it. That's how they survive, and they have billions, if not hundreds of billions, under management through all of their different funds. And they are living the life inside private jets and what have you at the top end. Your money manager, if you ever meet a money manager, an asset manager in person, you're probably meeting an employee of a money manager in person. That individual is a salaried person that might get a $5,000-$10,000 bonus every year. You're never, ever going to meet the Wall Street people that manage your money, because they're managing millions of people's money, and they have no time to see you individually. Unless you've got $20 million, they don't have time to see you. If you're a $10,000 to $500,000 individual, you can self-manage your own money. And if you want to do it, there's one way to do it, is through what we talk about here, writing options on your assets. You might find that after you watch a couple of my classes, you'll go, oh, geez, this is a great idea. I'd like to write some options here and sell them for $5 each and buy these contracts back for $1 and then write another contract for $5 and buy it back for $1. Oh, I'd like to do this. But you might find out that after 1 or 2 or 3 of my classes and a few weeks with these guys here, you'll realize you don't have in your account what you need to have to actually write options, because you're sitting on a bunch of ETF investments or mutual fund investments that don't give you any premiums of a significance, or you can't write options on what you have. So you will probably find that as you get into the knowledge of how to write options, that you now have come to the fork in the road. You either have to shift what's in your accounts to be able to write options, or stay the course. And that's where you have these choices to make. And for some people, it does happen. They take a few of my classes, they hang out here for a while, they really like the option thing, but they just don't want to make moves, or they're finding out that they're having difficulty making adjustments in their accounts because they don't control their 401ks, or are not allowed to, or there are restrictions on their 401ks or on their Roth IRAs, or their brokerage firm that they're with has restrictions, or the investment company they're with has restrictions, which means you need to open an account somewhere else. You need to open an account with Tasty Trade or with Fidelity or with whoever you wish to go with, depending on where you live around the world. Once you've done that, you need to have an option trading account. You need to be able to do option trading, option writing. And that is, again, setting up the accounts. This is not an overnight, in 5 minutes, you're writing options kind of a thing. That's not what I offer. This is the change for the rest of your life. And it's going to take you to systematically figure out how this is done, how you're going to do it with your either firm you have or the firm you're going to. Start transferring assets, either liquidating assets into cash and transferring cash to where it's got to go, setting it up. And it doesn't matter if it takes a month or 2 or 3. It doesn't matter. This is not a one and done deal. You're not going to do one-time option trade, make your money, and leave me forever. It's not going to happen. If you're going to become successful as an option writer, you're going to be following the principles that we talk about here for the rest of your life. That's the difference. And so welcome to the party, pal. Take your time. It's not a race. Build the knowledge. Start taking these classes. Take 1 a week, 2 a week, whatever you can comfortably do in your schedule. You got to fit me in now. But you may find that you're going to fit me in and fit something else out, because where you were or what you were doing here isn't going to work for you for what you want to be doing. And so you're beginning the alteration of your schedule, of your life, of your assets are being rearranged to start cash flowing money into your account from option writing. Option writing is not where you buy a stock and hold it forever, or buy a mutual fund and every month buy a few more units and wait forever. Option writing is constantly, every week, every month, every quarter, a few times a quarter, making adjustments to option positions you have into new option positions, because options expire. There's a stopwatch on every option out there, every one of them. No matter what the strike price, no matter what the stock, the index, what level, they all die. You must turn over options. This is called income generation, and that is what we're about here. You're generating income into your hands, either into your 401k, your IRA, or RSP in Canada, TFSAs, or into your hands, into your trading account. And it's the trading account part of the show here where a lot of viewers say to me, I want to quit my day job. I don't want to work anymore. I would rather make my income from my own assets than from a firm that I'm working for, because I've built up assets, or I can rearrange my assets that I have to build enough capital into my trading account to write enough options in that account to more than quit my day job. This is the end objective here. Steady income coming into your hands from option premiums. Some of you will build IRAs, some of you will build 401k values for retirement, and or you'll build capital in your daily trading account and these at the same time, and now you've got a double whammy going. You're building capital here that you're living on, you're building capital within your 401k, IRA, RSP, and from time to time you're shifting capital from your trading account into your retirement account, as you're allowed every year to put money in for a reduction of tax, and building your tax-free income for eventual retirement. This is a long-term game plan, and you really have to take it that seriously. And for some of you, you don't want to do it. You don't want to do this. Oh, you hate this. Oh, I have to go to these presentations at the office. Every quarter or once a year, they bring in these schmucks from blah, blah, blah fund, and I got to listen to what we did with our funds last year. It's like watching paint dry. I hate this crap. Well, that's why they get so rich, because they love it that you're bored to tears. They love it that you don't read their statements. Oh, they love it. Oh, God, do they love it. They're sitting there taking 2% off the top, no matter what the value of your account is, whether you're making money or not, and making trillions collectively around the world. These money managers are the wealthiest people on the planet, and they love you for it, that you don't give a crap and you don't want to know. They love this. Oh, it's so... It's the easiest game ever invented. And you can thank the United States Congress and you can thank your buddies in Wall Street for making all this happen, because back in the 70s and the 80s, it was, prior to the 70s, it was illegal for your employer to do what they're doing to you now. It was illegal for your employer to allow you to manage your own money. And they had to manage your retirement. They had to guarantee you a retirement. They had to work with insurance companies and with investment firms for long-term employee pension benefit plans, so that after your 30 or 40 years of slaving your ass off for these guys, you had an income equal to what you were making when you were working for these guys for the rest of your life as a pension. Talk to your grandparents about it if you want to know what it was all about. Some of you who have parents that are now in their 70s might remember, oh yeah, I remember we used to have a defined pension plan, whatever that was called, and then they changed it. Yes, they changed it with an act of Congress. The bribes to Congress members through political donations guaranteed the win for the biggest U.S. Wall Street backers ever. And this changed everything. This made bankers the richest people in the world. This made money managers the richest people in the world as a group. This took the profession of money management from the middle of the pack to the very, very top, because now these guys convinced the Congress to allow you as an employee or your employer to dump you, and just pay you out on a pension platform to convert you into a 401k, IRA, Roth type deal, where now you have to pick where to put your money to ultimately be retired. And fatal mistakes were made in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, so that people are now paying dearly with those mistakes. They're paying the price now in 2024 because they retire at age 65. They've got $300,000 in their retirement fund, where they had $200,000 in their retirement fund 20 years ago. They've only got $300,000 now. They were supposed to be sitting on $1.5 million, because under the old pension plan, they were supposed to be drawing an income in equal to what they're making right now, or at least 80% of what they're making right now, for the rest of their lives, protected by inflation. That was all destroyed by one act of Congress because the Wall Street boys bribed them over. No one will confirm this to you. They don't want to brag about it, but oh, it was good times. And boy, did banks make a killing. Did investment houses make a killing? Unbelievable amount of money these guys are making off of your retirement back. It's either yours or your parents and some of your grandparents. There are people out there supposed to be getting $5,000 a month pension right now. They're getting $1,500. There are others who are supposed to be getting, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, whatever. They're getting a fraction of that. There are people who are retiring at age 65, working 30 years, 40 years for a company. They're going to live off of Social Security because their pension is $800 a month. It is disgusting. It is an absolute annihilation of an entire generational wealth. And it all got transferred over to the Wall Street boys, who are leveraging it through derivatives 20, 40 times over. And that's why there are now trillions of dollars in the options market, trillions in the bond market, trillions in everything else. It's not inflation. No, it's the culmination of rollover of dollars that have been stolen from the workers of the United States and Canada and elsewhere, and it's been turned into a Wild West free-for-all. And corporate America says, this is called freedom. This is freedom. This is what the Founding Fathers wanted. This is freedom for Americans to decide their futures. Americans who have no idea what the hell they're doing. Yeah, the freedom to fail. And like I said, back in the day, if you retired in 1962, after 40 years at XYZ Corporation, you had a pension. Everybody had a pension. That word pension has almost disappeared from the language of Americans, because the word pension fund doesn't exist anymore. There is no such thing as a pension fund. The only employees that are still guaranteed a pension when they retire, social workers. government workers, because you couldn't privatize the government's fund. Those pensions are still there. What is the number one pension that Canadians and Americans can count on when they retire? There's only one: Social Security. The Canadian pension plan. It's the only one you can count on. It's the only one left. All the others have been eviscerated, have been wiped out. So many Americans and Canadians were ripped off by trillions of dollars by these guys. But hey, you know what? When it comes time to go to the Super Bowl and pay $5,000 a seat at the Super Bowl, there's a certain class of people that can afford to do it, and these folks are likely in the finance business, the financial business. They're the ones flying in on those private jets, staying in the $1,000, $2,000 a night suites, enjoying the best of the best. Who takes the biggest box suites at sporting events? Who do you think owns most of the box suites in every state, every city's basketball team, football team, hockey team, baseball team? Who owns and has people come to these corporate suites? Joe's Plumbing Company down the street? I don't think so. Melvin's Towing and Trucking Company? No. Bank of America? Wells Fargo? J.P. Morgan? Goldman Sachs? Yeah. And then a whole bunch of hedge funds that you've never heard of. There's also the BlackRocks and everybody else. Look, how big is this business? Let me give you a little hint about how big this business is. All right? What I'm about to tell you, and what I'm going to say to you right now, the amount of money I'm telling you that is involved in this little story is a drop of water falling onto a hot frying pan, okay? It's a nothing burger, okay? Our dear friends at J.P. Morgan Chase, the largest banking outfit on the planet, J.P. Morgan agreed to a settlement to pay a fine of $350 million. All right, that's more, just to kind of bring it into plain English, that's more than $350 million. Okay, $350 million fine was agreed to by JP Morgan and regulators, because since 2019 and forward, they were found, quote, failing to keep track of all of its trading activities, unquote, and, quote, an inadequate program to monitor firm and client trading activities for market misconduct. $350 million fine was paid by the company, and no one gives a crap. No one gives a damn about it, because that headline came out yesterday and it wasn't covered anywhere. You probably don't even know about it. This is how normal is now. $350 million fine. Okay, a fine of $350 million. If you make 10% return on your cash flow, if you generate sales, and for all the sales you generate, you make a 10% profit, to pay this fine of $350 million, you got to make 10 times that much money in sales. $3.5 billion in sales nets you $350 million. But JP Morgan doesn't have a 10% profit range. They're more like in the 3% profit range. They have to do 33 times the amount of these sales. That's $100 billion in business to pay a $350 million fine, and it isn't even a headline. It's a nothing burger. Let's talk about something else. This is how normal and abnormal the world is today. When I was a stockbroker back in the 70s and the 80s, and back in 1980, what year was it? 1989, 90. I had a business partner of mine, a buddy of mine. We decided to create a little company, a little publishing company. And we would raise money from people we knew, friends, relatives, and everybody else, to ultimately take a company public. And we wanted to go public at $1 a share back in 1990, 91. That was the objective, $1 a share. We sold stock on a pre-IPO basis at 20 cents. Then several months later, we sold stock at 40 cents a share. Then we sold some at 60 cents a share. And a year later, we finally went to the IPO market. And we did an IPO, 1991. And we raised gross proceeds, $800,000. We sold 800,000 shares to the public at $1 a share. We'd already sold hundreds of thousands of shares prior to that, and we were listed on the Alberta Stock Exchange. That was 35 years ago. 35 years ago, from $800,000 to go public, and today a brokerage firm got fined $350 million. Adobe is a whatever $100 billion company. It's down $60 a share. Unbelievable. The changes from then to now, life change. Have I seen crap? Oh, have I seen crap go through the ringer. This is unbelievable. This is how insane the market is. This is why I keep telling you guys, if you want to make money writing options, you can make a living writing options, because you only need to make $5,000 a month, $6,000 a month, $4,000 a month, and you can quit your day job. These outfits can live with $350 million fines and keep right on going like there's no tomorrow. How easy is it for you to take 5-10 grand a month out of this market? Really easy. You just need to have the knowledge on how these guys operate. You will operate legally. You will operate above board. You will do it the right way, and you'll do very, very well. But you need to study, and I'm offering it to you. The classes are there. You gotta want it. You gotta take it. And no one else is going to do it for you, because there's no one you can go to that will help you write options and let you retire early. Nobody. You can't even go to JP Morgan. They won't help you. You don't have $5 million. You don't walk in the door with $5 million. They will not talk to you. You got to do it yourself. Welcome to the party, everybody. I'm glad you're here. We're about to open for trading here today. It's Friday. It's the third Friday of the month, and it's the first quarter of the year already. I can't believe it. Unthinkable. There are so many hedge funds and mutual funds and ETFs and pension funds that are doing a lot of turnover today. They're doing a lot of stock and option turnover today. It's the end of the quarter today. It's only the 15th. This is the first quarter. There's a lot going on. Yes, there will be a lot of trading on the 31st of March, or the whatever trading day is around the 31st of March. Yes, of course. But today is the witching hour, the third Friday of the month. Watch out. So let's see what happens. We're about to get Larry hitting the bells for us. Thank you, my friend Larry, so very much. I appreciate you. We love you. And we'll see just how this market wants to start its run here. I'm looking at SOFI at around 701 at the moment. And I'm looking at the Dow here, down about 25 points going in. S&P down 9, NASDAQ down 49, very small percentage losses over there. And I've got crude at down 34 cents a share. There is your SOFI, 703 right now. Here's your market at the moment. Again, the pre-market, it comes and it goes. It's almost meaningless most days. Adobe, watching it right here for its opening, and we'll wait for that to click in. That's last night. That's not accurate. We'll wait for the opening trade to follow up. There we go, 499, kind of what I figured. In this range, don't be surprised if it does the 490 to 510 range right off the bat. This, I doubt, will last very long. Larry, I think we're good to go. Yes, the bells have been rung. Thank you, Larry. I really appreciate this. We're up and running, and Richard knows what to do. Honor the Knights of Knee. Neat. Here we go. All right, so there's Adobe right there, 499.25. Let's pop the market up here, see what we have for an opening. Welcome all to the party. Welcome all to the show. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see what's going on, kids. What's going on? I got my iPhone going. I got my market watch going. You're here. I'm here. We're all here. Welcome, everybody. There we are. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're enjoying the show today. I hope you're not finding this too annoying today. See if we can just make this a little better for you. There we are, 95-point dip on the Dow, 28-point dip on S&P, NASDAQ down 49 right now, as we just get things started, and this will gyrate a ton. I see the Dow actually now down 32 points on my other device. So this is fluctuating, and it's very difficult for some of these systems to keep up with these moves because these markets really jump around. Look at the Adobe now, 502, 503. Look at that. No surprise in a way to see this. The Dow's now down just 35. Sorry, we'll try and make this a little better for you. I don't know if we can. There we go. 35 on the Dow. Now 13. S&P 26. NASDAQ 106. And Adobe 502 to 91 going to 503. All right, everybody. Thank you for popping in and being with me. It's Gyration City right now. This is what we're going on with at this moment. NVIDIA's 864 down 15. Uber down 95 cents. SoFi down 6 cents at 6.99. GameStop is plus 9 at 14.72. Rocket Lab is plus 7. AI down 64. We've got Spiders down 2.13. Q's down 2.82. Apple down $1.25. Enphase down $1. AMD down $1.30. Adobe down $70 at $500.14. I show it at CNBC at 502.66. Now I show it at 502.77. Everywhere we are jumping around as expected. Tesla's up 220 right now. It's gaining. We've got Unity down 26, Google down 82, Moderna up 4, Cisco up 4, Pfizer up 6 cents, IBM down 68, HPQ up 15, Microsoft down 370 after hitting new all-time highs, Amazon down 157, Home Depot up 68, Goldman is up 250, Boeing up $1.15, Meta down 440, Target down 48 cents, JP Morgan up 90, Costco down 170, Walmart down 7. Those are some of your early indicated quotes as we're sort of figuring it out. The Dow's down 8 points, only 8. The Dow has recovered quite a bit here. We have not got a massive sell-off going on whatsoever. Rumor has it that DA Willis can stay on the Trump election case in Georgia if prosecutor departs. That's breaking news. Trump's hope to get rid of that individual does not seem to be working. All right, there you go. Welcome all to the program. Welcome all to the show today. Thank you for joining me here. Again, thumbs ups for today's show. Thank you for that. If you've been able to hit the thumbs up button for me, 154 have come in. It is much appreciated. Please nail the thumbs up button if you can for us. Give us a little forward momentum through YouTube. Thank you all for being here today. Welcome to Friday, kids. Option expiry Friday. What can I say? Oh, isn't this fun today? Let's see here. SoFi $7. NVIDIA $870 on NVIDIA, and we've got Adobe at 502 right now, 502.04. Okay, tons going on here. There we have it. And those of you putting requests to become a member of the Discord access, I got 15 things on my mind. I'll get to you after the show's over. So send me a private email. I'll get to you after the show is done, and we'll help you get in there. Okay, that is the story. Thank you, everyone. As we begin this whole crazy day today. Rocket Lab is up 9 cents now, 426. SoFi at 6.98 down 7. We've got GameStop at 14.69 up 6. Matterport up a penny. 23andMe is up a couple of cents. Spire down 6. ATIP down 5 cents. SmartRent up a penny. Apple down 117. Goldman is up 75. Cisco's up 4. Tesla's up 160. We got Microsoft down $5. We've got HPQ up 17 cents. $11 dip on NVIDIA right now, $868. $69 dip showing on Adobe at the moment at $499.80 to $500. We've got Netflix up $550. We've got Meta down $440. We're up $260 on Home Depot. We've got mixed markets here. Some up, some down, some up. Coinbase down $566 right now, sitting at $228 a share on Coinbase. All right. Welcome to the party, everybody. It's nice to have you here. And we're going to be what's going on. Now we got another breaking story. Fani Willis must step aside from Trump case or remove special prosecutor, judge says. I don't know what to make of this story. The judge in the Georgia election interference case against Donald Trump and others said Friday that Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis must step aside from Trump case or remove the special prosecutor with whom she had a romantic relationship before the case can proceed. Oh, it's either one or the other. All right, that's the story now. All right. Well, we'll see what happens there. That case is going ahead, though. I don't see that stopping. But, okay, never a dull moment in America. You got to love it. $6.99 on SOFI, down 6 cents. Volume so far on SOFI this morning is 3.6 million shares. Nothing that I'm concerned about. The $6.95 was the low. Did any of you score any at $6.96? Did you steal any on some stink bits? We'll see what's going on. Let's go. Let's go. Show me is asking, when will SOFI hit $14 a share? Bruce, I love your channel. I love your show. I'm a long-term investor. I'm going to be here till the end of time. I'm never selling. I have diamond hands. But can you just tell me one thing? Would you mind just for me, okay? Maybe you can just sort of hold up your fingers, like how many days, let me ask you this question, Bruce. When will SOFI go to $14 a share? I'm in it already. Don't worry. I've already owned it. It's okay. I'll wait for as long as it takes. But can you tell me when it's going to go to $14 a share? I'd really like to know. Richard Carlin, I got it at $6.96. I bought it at $6.96. That is how you make money in this business. You buy when others are selling. Well done. KMO, loving this. Welcome all to the show, the channel, the hopes, the wishes, the dreams, the aspirations of greatness. It's all here. Just like other channels around here, we're looking to make do-re-mi money. Thank you all for joining me and being part of this silliness called the stock market. 501 on Adobe. 501.32. Are we having fun yet? Oh, I think we are. We're having all kinds of fun here. You know who the winners are today in all this trading frenzy going on? The brokerage firms and the bookies. The bookies are the ones making the money. You go to a racetrack, and you go into the facility, and you walk around, and you buy a program, and you watch the horses run up and down and practicing and stretching out and all that. Who's making the money when the action starts? When there are millions of dollars in the betting pool turning over, who is making the money? Not the bettors. The bettors are guaranteed to only get 88 cents of their dollar back. 12 cents is eaten up by costs to run the event. The racetrack is the winner. They have a profit built into every dollar bet. They're the winners. Here on the stock market, the brokerage firms are the winners. Those who run your platforms for you, they're the winners. They love the turnover. Your job is to write options that go down in value. And so you taking advantage of the costs of being in business that people have and entities have, and buy back options at a discounted price. And you're actually taking advantage of the costs of running the business. It's part of your profit. It's a wonderful system. I love it. These options lose value because of the cost of the options being in existence in the first place. So write them at $5, buy them at $1, and say, thank you, sir. May I have another? I love this game. Oh, man, we're going to have some fun here. Thank you, everybody, for coming in here and joining us. Cindy, I am thumbs up number 163. Thank you very much today for these thumbs ups, you guys. Sometimes easier to hand out than other days, I suppose. That's the way it is. That's the way it's going. Welcome all to the show, the channel. It's great to have you all here. We've got 390 people watching at the moment, 163 thumbs ups in the house, and Cindy has topped out the thumbs up number. I love you for it. Fantastic stuff. $4.99.95 on Adobe. The volume on Adobe now is about 3 million, maybe. Let's take a look. 3.1 million shares. That's all that's trading hands on Adobe. Kind of tells me that this down dip isn't going to last very long if we don't get heavier volume than this. JJ, Semper Tyrannius, whatever that means. Thank you. Cindy B. Hi, Uncle Bruce. My iron condo on Adobe expires today. Puts are 5/20/25. They expire today. Well, whatever credit you got goes against the $5 spread that you have on it. And we're at 500 a share right now. Let's just see how they close. Let's go from there. Alberto, okay, I'm back. Which class should I start with? Bruce, I want to get into this option running business. So what class would you recommend I go into? Alberto, I think you've taken them all. If I'm not mistaken, I think you've already done that work. You're now just trading for the rest of your life. There you go. SOFI right now, 703, 699, a low of 695 apparently, the high of 703. Headline, U.S. industrial production edged higher in February after sharp January decline. U.S. import prices move higher for a second straight month. This is not good for the stock market. This is not good for hoping for lower interest rates. That is not happening. We'll have to watch that. 699 last trade on SOFI. 497.61, 497.91 on Adobe. As we go through the first 12 minutes of crazy trading, a whole bunch of people getting wiped out, cleaned up, coming in, rolling over, and moving on. Lorraine, Bruce, 171 thumbs up for you. Thank you, Lorraine, so much. Starting to appear AI, it might look like AI might go to $25, $27. It might go back there. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, new class, pile dancing for beginners with Alberto as your guest. There you go. Bobby, start with the SOFI delighting class. Alberto. Delisting class. The SOFI delisting class, Alberto. We'll start with that one. White Feather, Cindy B, can you roll out for a credit? Cindy B, there's a question for Cindy B. Can you roll out into April for a credit on your contracts? Are you able to do that? We don't know. Can she literally take the existing contracts she has and move out to April and just create those? Will that cost her? Probably. I don't know. Can she go maybe from 5/20/25s go to 5/30 10s or 5/15 to 5/05s, one direction or the other. Got to check your option chain to see if there's a possibility there. All right. Let's see what's going on. Any of you are sitting on condors that are expiring today. Obviously, you got caught in the $74 downdraft that happened last night. Another reason why I'm asking, why would Adobe release their financials the night before a triple witching hour, quadruple witching hour day like Friday? What are you thinking? But they did. The shares, however, could have a snapback rally of epic proportions at any time. And we're now 496 with a low of 490 on the session on Adobe. So don't put it past the stock that it could have a pop rally very quickly. Excuse me. For those of you who are getting into a put credit spread on Adobe, today might be a perfect day to do it. 440, 460, 420, 440s, 10, 12, 15% behind the stock. You might be able to do a nice credit spread into April. Third Friday of April might be well worth your while to look into. All right. The Dow right now, let's check it out, is down 71 points. S&P down 28, NASDAQ down 136. It's 0.85 of a percentage point for NASDAQ, 0.57 of a percent for S&P, and only 0.18 of a point for the Dow. Very slight drop on the Dow here, 70 points. Oil down 63 cents a barrel. That's what's going on there. All right. Headline coming through here, the Dow opens lower as NASDAQ heads for first back-to-back weekly losses in nearly 5 months. I've been calling for a correction for 3 months. It finally took it till now to start getting one. Isn't that interesting? Interesting. Some stocks will react better than others, obviously. 497, almost 498 on Adobe. We're coming back on again. Let's see what's going on. All right. Thank you all. Welcome to the show. It's great to have you all here. Very appreciate you all joining me today. We have, there we go, thumbs up meter now pushing about 174. Thank you very much. 174 thumbs ups and counting. Welcome all to Friday, your option expiry Friday today. $5.5 trillion of options expiring, rolling over. We have a lot of money changing hands here, tons going on right now. And well, we'll just see what the day brings us. Thank you everyone for popping in. 498 looks like Adobe 498 now. Let's see here. SOFI sitting at 693 at the moment. That seems to be the number there. 693 down 12. Volume on the SOFI this morning is now showing 6 million shares in 17 minutes. Very quiet. That is not heavy volume in the slightest. The attention is certainly elsewhere, but SOFI is caught in a bit of a vortex at the moment. A lot of speculators out there who were sure that the stock would just take off right away, and or sure that the shorters would run out of gas. That's not exactly the case, but we do know that shorters are now sitting on over 18% short position with regard to the free trading stock, and that's already at a dangerously high level. Bad news for shorters, but they are ignoring it for now, and that's what shorters do. They sometimes will ignore the obvious and attempt to keep making money. They'll try to score another dollar, another 50 cents, I'll just get another 20 cents, and then I'll buy it back. Oh, how about another 20? The greed will eventually get them, and that's how this game is played, everybody. Welcome to the party, all. Glad you could make it. I'm glad you could join us today from wherever you are on the planet. Say hi to me. Tell me where you're watching me from if you like. Let me know. Where are you? What's your temperature going to be today? And hopefully you guys will have a delightful weekend coming up that you certainly deserve. 180 thumbs ups and climbing right now. 180 on the thumbs up meter and climbing. All righty. Let's see here. Let's go. The Big T looking for a donation. I want to buy more SOFI. I'll sell a liver. The Dow down 103 at the moment, down 31 on S&P, down 132 on NASDAQ. That's where we are at the moment. Over on Adobe, 499.03 on Adobe. SOFI, 694. Uber, 76.84, down 81. NVIDIA, 871. Down 776 right now. Rocket Lab is up. GameStop is up just slightly. AI down 86 now at 28.23. Spiders are down 367. The Qs are down 450. This is probably good news for some of you out there with iron condors and credit or call spreads. You're probably pretty happy about these moves. Apple down 156. Enphase down 212. AMD is up 84 cents. Adobe 498.58. We've got Netflix up 293. Tesla up 50 cents. We've got Unity up down 16. Google down 110. Moderna down 164. Cisco's down 19. Pfizer down 2 cents. IBM down 148 to 191.95. HPQ is up 11. Microsoft down 571. ME up barely 3/4 of a penny here. Amazon down $3.34 a share. Home Depot up 90. Vanik Semiconductors, SMH is down $2.33. Goldman down $1.50. Boeing up $1.10 a share at $1.82. Meta down $5.87. Target down $40. JP Morgan is up 70 cents. Costco down $4. Walmart down 11. Disney up 13. American Airlines up 17 cents. AMC is up 8 cents. DraftKings down 24. Royal Caribbean down up 117. This Boeing thing, I'm noticing Boeing up 138 right now. The story out of Aviation has apparently, there's some clarity coming now from this flight that happened the other day between Sydney, Australia, and I believe Auckland, New Zealand, where a Dreamliner 787 plane had a sudden dive, and passengers found themselves on the roof of the plane for a few seconds, and then whack, everything came down. Apparently, the plane did not hit an air pocket. That is not the cause of this issue. The story now is a flight attendant had been came into the cockpit where the pilots were located, and was bringing dinner on a tray to the co-pilot, and somehow they are talking about some kind of a button on the pilot's seat that moves the seat forward or backward, something like this, and that the whatever was going on and whoever was doing what and talking, they were probably on autopilot at the time. The stewardess inadvertently leaned against the button or pushed the button or touched the button, and the chair moved, and the pilot was bumped into the control panel of the airplane, and it disengaged the autopilot and put the plane into a dive. And this caused the plane to suddenly drop. Every passenger who was not belted in went right up to the ceiling because of the centrifugal force, the gravitation. And they recovered the plane's, obviously after a second or two, they recovered the plane's flight and stabilized everything, and 50 people were injured, 12 seriously. Unbelievable faux pas. You can imagine there must have been all kinds of protocols broken inside this move where however this happened. I mean, it's just unbelievable to me that it would be this simple, and yet it doesn't surprise me. We're talking about a $400 million aircraft that can have that happen to it. That's simply just mind-numbing. Mind-numbing to me. What the hell is going on out there with airlines and their procedures? It just stuns me to no end. I don't know. Don't eat during a flight. I wish I had more. It's crazy. It's just insane. Larry Titus, Washington, D.C. is going to hit a respectable high of 73 degrees. I'm in Washington. We're going to 73 degrees, baby. Right on, pal. Thank you for filling me in. Where are you guys watching us from? And what's your high temperature today? Welcome, all of you. I appreciate it. Don't eat during a flight. Good point there, Spurt. Absolutely. All right, we're down 146 on the Dow now. We've got, let's take a look here. S&P down 29.94. Let's see if I can pop this up for you here. See if this works. Maybe it won't. Don't mind me. I've got connection issues again. I thought I was connected, but it didn't show. Never mind. Let's see what's going on over there. And it's over there. I don't have it on there. I thought my screen was on there. Let's see. There it is, and there it isn't. All right. And put it on and go over there. Nope, can't do it. It won't let me do it. Let's move that, and let's just kick that out of there, and we can try it maybe one more time. Let's see if I can bring in that screen for you. This is all new to me, kids. Nope, that is not working at the moment. Okay. Welcome all to the party. Great to have you here with us. 150 point drop on the Dow, 31 point drop on S&P, NASDAQ down 181. That's what we got at the moment. Okay. 496 on Adobe, 496.38. Approaching 497 yet again. All right. Alberto says, Uncle Bruce, my money printer almost ran out of ink due to my SOFI. 8.5 covered calls, 62% returns in a few days. Mind-blowing. Let's see here. Snagged some shares of SOFI for $6.97, says Cam. Nice job. Well done. $6.95 is where we're at right now on your SOFI, down a dime. $6.92 with the low of the session. 7.7 million traded right here on SOFI. Spire up 16. NVIDIA is 880, up 85 cents. NVIDIA's green has turned around. NVIDIA was as low as 862. We're back to 880 and surging. Uber down 50 cents. We got GameStop up 8 and Rocket Lab down 3.5. We've got The Dow down 140, S&P down 28, NASDAQ down 104. Following some interesting quotes. We're up 220 on NVIDIA now. We're moving up again. Let's see here. Do you think this is going to go lower than 158 on Tesla? I have no idea. Can't answer that. Where are we at now on it? 161.94, down just 56 cents. The low of 161.73. We're at the low of the day right now on Tesla. So don't know. Wish I knew. Adobe 496.30 right now. Still off 74. Apple down 155 right now. The low 171. We're 171.42 on Apple. Alrighty, there you go. NVIDIA up 165 to 881.09. It's defying the market. It's green. There you go. Hector, Uncle Bruce, watching, listening, and marketing from Mexican Riviera, where we should reach 30 degrees in the blazing sun. Nice going, pal. Making money while in the Mexican Riviera. Now, that's how you make money, and that's how you change your life. You write options. You make money from wherever you want to make it. You don't have to be at home. You don't have to be at the office anymore. You're on your own. You're self-employed, and you're not tied to a desk. Sweet ride. I love this. Keep it up. 696 on SoFi, down 9 at the moment. Adobe 494 at the moment. Okay. KM, man, I can't wait for the next SoFi earnings call. I just can't. Slay shot. I tell you, I know. I can't help people selling this stock at 696. I can't help it. They obviously don't watch the show. 402 are watching the show, but not the ones selling SoFi. They're not watching this show. Sorry, folks. I do the best I can with what I've got. There you have it. Oh my! 495, 61 on Adobe. Just jumped the $1.50 a share, going up a little bit. 696 on SoFi, 135-point drop on the Dow at the moment. NVIDIA down $1.40 at 878. It's much better than it was. Let's see. Savage of Wall Street, 695. Stink trigger on SoFi. I bought him. 100 more shares to the vault. Stinkers triggered on LAZR and a few more for Unity. This is wonderful. This is a sale. When Louis Vuitton is on sale, people buy. Why not here? Absolutely. So if we keep on buying SoFi shares, we will be a burden for the shorts. Oh, yeah. Every share purchased here at by actual investors screws shorters, because later on they can't find stock for sale under $12, 15. They can't find it. Who cares? Picked up another 100 SoFi this morning. Thank you, sir. KM, sail baby, sail baby. Beach Boy, note to self: smooching and flying could be risky. Mile High Club, someone. Nah, that's not what happened over there. It was an accidental bump into the seat. There wasn't anything else going on in the cockpit. No. Everything's fine. It was a technical issue. That's why the plane did that. It was a technical issue. Oh my. Splayer, my mom is holding some Louis Vuitton now, probably of like 4 years. So she's deep in the green here. Batman, I love buying more SoFi every time it drops. I feel like I'm drinking Shorter's tears. One, I pick up 500 SoFi at 694. It can't get better than this. I just love these deals. Brings new meaning to cockpit, doesn't it, KM? Bruce, KM says to Bruce. Oh my, $12 on Spire. We've turned around and gone positive on Spire. Spire was as low as 11.77. It was lower than that in the pre-market, I thought. Back to $12 a share. Interesting there. They're trying to close their offering of stock, and I don't know if it's a done deal or not. 833,000 at 12 something. It won't show on the trading. It will be an off-market transaction. It's through a prospectus. I don't know if this is a done deal or not, but it's planned and being done, and I'm sure it will be done. Spire's got their 20 million cash in the bank, or whatever the money was, 20 million. They've got it. Way to go. NVIDIA down 251. Uber down 45 cents. SoFi 696 down 9. Volume now on SoFi 8.6 million, and some of those are you buying stock. So congratulations, viewers who are letting us in on this. Here we go. The Savage of Wall Street. If SoFi could hover around here for a few more months, that would be great. I need to what is that? Ask a few more thousand shares. Why the heck not? I'm trying to retire by 50. Trying to get his hands on even more. 879 on Nvidia just went green again. GameStop down a nickel, Rocket Lab up 3.5, AI down 55, Spider down 350, Q's down 414, Apple down 150 a share. Okay, everybody, welcome to the program. Welcome to the activities, to the Action Jackson station here. 492.70 on Adobe. And the low of the day has been 490. It's getting ridiculously stupid on Adobe. And I will bet you that bargain hunters will be in here and are already in here scooping up the Adobe shares bit by little bit. They're just taking out the saps that are getting blown out of Adobe. I wouldn't be surprised. There are Adobe sellers right now being sold out by their brokers on margin calls. They had half an hour to get the money in. They didn't deliver. They're being blown out. I wouldn't be shocked at all. And then I wouldn't be shocked if it's back to 5, 10, 15 later today. It just wouldn't surprise me. But you got to go through this minute to minute, second to second, and you've got to fold your arms and you've got to tolerate the pain of these trades. You've got to let it happen. You can't stop it. You have to allow the wildness of this market to be allowed to happen. This is what makes the market work. Greed, fear, and everything else. $491.99 right now on Adobe. It is jumping 50 cents a trade all over the place. Just let it go. Just let it do what it wants to do. Grab your SoFi if you can. Robert Benson got 100 at 695. H. Gregory, I'm 200 thumbs ups, Uncle B. Thank you, H. Gregory. Appreciate these thumbs ups, kids. 492.04 now on the Adobe shares as we are watching just all kinds of gyrations on this third Friday of March. The first quarter is what we have going through here, and we've got all kinds of volatility kicking into this market. Welcome to the party, pal. 200 thumbs ups on the books. Thank you. 492.20 on Adobe. 492.05. We are seeing volumes on the Adobe now approaching. Here we go. 4.8 million shares at this second in time. All right. Don't forget, they announced a $25 billion stock buyback. They could be buying right here. The company could be buying its own stock very quietly, just saying, give it to us. Give us all the stock you want here at 490. We'll take it off you. No problem. 491, 92. Yeah, we're takers. Give it to us. Give it to us. No problem. Well, we'll take tons of stock off the street. I can't help those who are selling out. It's too bad. Pukebird, my cues for April 27th, these 423.33 puts are looking interesting today as the market dips. Should I roll today or should I wait? Because this is coming down to me. Interesting, isn't it? The cues right now are at 434.50, down 452, and we have here 433s and 423s. So right now they're just out of the money as far as the 433s go. You're looking at April. You are in no hurry. You do not need to be in a rush. You can wait it out. If you find, however, that you can make a move into May contracts and grab more cash into your account by just rolling these, literally going 23.33 to May, you might make that move and just take the time premium. On the other hand, can you go 420.30, 418.28, something like that? Or can you go 420.33 with a $3 further spread with a bigger credit? Can you go 415, 430, 410, 425? Can you do that? Can you spread the spread and you figure out those values? Keep your eye on that option chain. This is why you're paid the big bucks. 434 right now is where that Q is right here. How many SoFis are being bought on the channel today? Robert, I got 100 more. Bobby, one analyst thinks SoFi will go to $14. Time to buy. Bobby, only one analyst. Alberto, these analysts, yeah, another 100 SoFi, 694, says Robert. Alberto, I'm happy with my SoFi shares, but I'll buy another 10,000 if it drops below 650. It's a bargain. I'll take more. JJ, that's Alberto G. We got JJ laughing out loud. Berto, having fun here on this market. 491.45 on Adobe. 491.45. The Dow off 147. Nothing serious here. This is not much of a dip at all. 0.4 of a percentage point. This is it. S&P down 40. NASDAQ down 179. We're 36 minutes into the session. Let sellers sell the first hour. If they want out, let them out. Is there another wave of selling in the second hour? Maybe not. And if that is the case, do we turn this thing around quickly? NVIDIA did go green. It's negative again. It's down 9 at 870. NVIDIA might have bottomed out here. This might be about the end of the NVIDIA drop-off, which is still phenomenal. $870 a share. Phenomenal. We'll see, kids. This is kind of, well, it's interesting. It always is. Rocket Lab is up 2. GameStop down a dime. 692 on your SoFi now. The volume on SoFi, 9.9 million. The low of the day, 691. That's a good stink bid level. 686 is another one. 681 is another good stink bid level to be at if you're trying to score cheap SoFi stock. You might get lucky. You might not. I don't know. There you go. Are we having fun or what? Okay, down 142 over there. 491.20 on Adobe. I got so much going on at the same time. I'm watching this. I'm watching that. I'm watching this. I'm watching that. Holy crap. Tons of funds. Welcome, everybody, to the program. Thank you again for these thumbs ups that you've been hitting us with. Appreciate it. 211 now are in. They're coming. I think it's time, maybe just about now, 38 minutes into the session, it now might be time to use our secret weapon to indicate to the markets that we know who to bow to when it comes to the power behind this market. We don't mess around here. We honor and we recognize the power of the Knights of Ni. And we put the Ni emojis out there because we are aware of just what kind of power these guys have. You don't upset the Knights of Ni. You're just killing yourself. You're fooling yourself. If you don't believe me, just watch the markets for the next 20, 30 minutes. After all of these Ni emojis pop up on this little channel here, all hell could break loose. I don't put it past the Knights of Ni because once they have been honored and they've been recognized and we are not ignoring them, they will respond and their magical powers could overcome all resistance. You just don't want to take the chance that I might be right. Just saying. There you go. The Knights of Ni. The emojis are coming in for the Knights of Ni from everywhere. Thank you all for being here. Melvin knows. White Feather knows. Tuna Fish knows. I mean, if Tuna Fish knows, who doesn't? Hector, Untamed Viking, Mandu number 5, JR, H. Gregory, Patman, Corinne. Are you guys out there? Hit the Ni emojis if you're watching me. Nico, Juan, Valenquist. The Big M is in here. Untamed Viking, you all know. David, I'm in Milwaukee, and even I know that I have to put up the Knights of Ni emojis. David, where are your Knights of Ni emojis? Get them up here. Don't be holding us back here. Parker Ivy, nee. That's right. Open your windows. Open your doors. Yell it out to your neighbors. And watch those funny guys show up with those wagons with those white jackets that you can put around here to take you away for a while. VJ, nee. There you go. We're only down 130 on the Dow. What's going on? We might be coming back. NVIDIA's only down 429. Adobe 491.92. Maybe the Knights of Ni are working their magic already. I don't know. I'm just 696 on SoFi. I do the best I can with what little I have, and I have very little. There you go, everybody. Welcome all to the party. Welcome all to the show today. So glad you're here. Thank you, everyone, for popping in to say hi to us. This is absolutely fabulous. There you go. Fun times at the OK Corral. No question about it. Just no doubt. in anyone's mind about how much fun we're having here at the OK Corral. Man, oh man, are we having a good time. Thank you. Down 137 on the Dow, 116 on the Dow now. The Dow is only down 116. 113 make it. We're down 30 on S&P, Nasdaq down 136. Here we go. Uber and Lyft are leaving Minneapolis over pay dispute. Their stocks are falling. Headline. Just saw it come through. Every once in a while. I heard that 90% of the retail are buyers of options. Well, you heard that certainly heard that out of India. I can tell you that out of India, their options market is 90% retail. It's huge. And writers make the money. Without a doubt, writers of options make the money. No question. Down 110 on the Dow. 101. The Dow's coming back on right now. S&P is only down 29. We got a bit of a lift here on these markets. Maybe the Knights of Ni have heard you. They heard your call to action. I'm wondering about all of that. Isn't that interesting? Octavio is here. Parker, Ivy. Yep. Neat. The knee emojis. They keep on coming, people. Do not ignore the power of the Knights of Ni. There is definitely movement happening there. Thank you all for the love and for all the support of this channel. It's party time here. Watching the third Friday of the month, options expiry day. It's triple witching, quadruple witching. It's something witching. It's bewitching. What can I tell you? Darren, watch out. What can I say, Darren? Watch out. Welcome all to the program. 490 on the Adobe. That's what we've got at the moment. 490. When does it break the other direction? I don't know the answer to that, but I suspect there might be, but can't call it. I can only report it. That's all I can do for you. All right. Adam is saying that, I don't know if anyone's mentioned this, but after hours in the past 4 days, SOFI has had an average of 3.5 million shares trade, 3.3 million shares trade. That might be some institutions in there. There could be after hours trading going on between institutions if that kind of volume is changing hands. It's possible. It could also be that there's a buyer buying up this stock and doing it in a very clandestine way. I wouldn't put it past anyone. Look, if I were interested in buying a bunch of SOFI, and I don't want people to know I'm doing it, because if they find out I'm buying, it might run the market, and I don't want the market to run until I've got my block, I would be using every trick in the book with my desk traders to get this stock. And one way to get stock quietly may be the aftermarket, when people have gone home and no one's watching. 90% of the market doesn't even watch the aftermarket. I mean, they don't even pay attention to it. So, someone's picking off 3.3 million or more. Million here, a million there, 500,000 here, 500,000 there, just accumulating it, but buying it during the day without running it. Maybe in the pre-market, just slipping in there nice and low, picking off stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's what's going on. There are times where when I was in the brokerage business and when everything was done on the floor of the stock exchange by human beings, the floor traders knew, the guys on the floor, they knew who the players were for certain stocks, all right? Certain stocks had certain floor traders all over the stock because they represented a firm that was really a promoter of the stock. Maybe Merrill Lynch was really pushing GM, or maybe JP Morgan was pushing IBM stock back in the day. You knew what traders really hung around what stocks. And there were times where if you wanted to acquire a bunch of paper, you would tell your broker or your desk trader or your floor trader, look, I need to get 1 million shares of XYZ. You got all week to get it. Get me 1 million all week, but don't move the market. These floor traders were skillful as hell. I mean, you don't want to play poker against these guys. You will lose. That these guys would be on the floor milling about, and they'd see a stock like a SOFI that right now 701. They'd see a stock down in the $6.90, $7 range, and they knew they had the authority to buy 1 million shares all week long down here without causing a kerfuffle. These guys would just, hang around the post where the stock is trading at, and they'd see 30,000 for sale at 698, and they say, I bought 20,000. And they take 20 of the 30. They wouldn't take it all. They just buy 20. They still leave 10,000 for sale at 698. They don't want to move the market. And half an hour later, 10 minutes later, there's 30,000 for sale at 696. I bought 15,000. And they walk away. And they come back 5 minutes later. The market is $7, and there's 100,000 for sale at $7. I bought 30,000 at 7. And they just drift off, have a coffee, go to the bathroom, whatever, trade other stock. They would slowly nibble it up. No one would get the impression that that guy needs 1 million shares. He needs 1 million shares, and nobody knew. And all day buying at 691, 693, 692, 697, 694, 702, just buying it. And every once in a while the phone clerk would call to the desk trader, got some reports for you. Okay, here we go. Bought 30,000 at 696, bought 20,000 at 692, bought 40,000 at 694, bought 15,000 at 691. We'll keep you posted. Okay, we still need 700,000 more, whatever the number is. And the day would just go by, and the next day would go by, and the next day would go by, and it would just be accumulated. By the end of the week, he's bought 1 million shares. Phoned them in, done deal. The buyers got their stock. The stock is $697. Nobody knows from nothing that this one investor got their million. Now, this investor goes out to take a couple of buddies out for a couple of drinks on the next couple of days, going golfing with friends and playing bridge or curling in Canada or going to the hockey game and saying, hey, what do you know about the SOFI stock? I hear some really good things about the SOFI stock. They don't know he's got 1 million shares. They don't know he's got 5 million shares. They don't know if he's got 10 million shares. He knows he's sitting on a ton of stock. He's now the promoter. He's now a very subtle stock promoter. And this is 101 investing. I mean, this is the way it's done. And so now the word goes out. Now, in today's world, you put the buy orders in with computer trading. You don't even show that you want 1 million shares. You have a buy order for 1 million, but you're putting in buys, so your desk traders very adept against slivers of stock here and there and everywhere. All day long, for days and days, stock is picked off. And when the number is reached, now guess what happens? Shills start writing articles about how great the company is. All kinds of rumors come out about this and that and this, and all kinds of promotional material starts to show up. It's all preordained. It's all prearranged. It's all ready to launch at any time. You've got shorters putting out bad news. You've got the longs putting out the good news. And you got everyone in the middle going, where's this thing going and when is it going there? And for a lot of you, you have to do your homework and go, well, if they've just paid off their preferred shares that will cost them up to 60 million in interest a year, and they just knocked that off, something tells me they don't pay 5 million in interest every month starting next month. Oh, that's a good thing. I like that deal. That's a 5 million added profit position rather than a loss position. I like the flip here. They've done some other moves with preferred shares. They're doing the cap call transaction. They've got the 945 conversion price at 12.29 at 14.54. I mean, you know the numbers, and you've got to say to yourself, I don't give a crap about the day-to-day trading. I'm in on the. I'm writing cash secured puts. I'm writing $7 cash secured puts for Jan 25, Jan 26, and I dare you to sell me your stock at $7 a share. Give it to me. I dare you to give it to me because I'm buying it for $5.50, $5.70, whatever. I'll take it. Come on. Hit me with the stock. I'll take it all. I'll take all the stock you want to give me. Not a problem. 698 is where we're at right now. Welcome to the party, pal. It's a war of wills and staying power and determination and logistics and smarts. And if you're sitting on put contracts on SoFi for 2026, you don't have to worry about today's trading price. You don't have to worry about tomorrow's trading price. You don't have to worry about next week's trading price. You've written puts till 2026. Yeah, you're doing just fine. You're going to do very, very well. Because by the time 2 months from now rolls around, everyone forgets about all the trades that happened today. They're all worried about the trades that are happening 2 months from now. It's the now that I'm worried about. It's not last week and it's not next week. It's the now. Well, if you've positioned yourself the perfect way in your credit spreads, your cash secured put positions, your covered calls, poor man covered calls, you don't have to worry about the now. Now you're doing this going, give me shrinkage, baby. I'm here to watch carnage. And every day it comes in a different form. Some days markets go up, carnage. Some days markets go down, carnage. Some days markets don't do anything, carnage. Shrinkage is carnage, and you are the master of disaster. You're just back there going, this is great. Oh, man, I'm making money to do nothing. And I don't have to worry about it. I've got contracts that don't expire for a month or 2 or 3. I got positions set. I'm comfortable. I will move if I have to move. Oh, sure, I'll do rollovers. But when I do a rollover, I get paid to make a rollover. I don't lose money on rollovers. I make money on rollovers because I know what I'm doing on my positioning, on my contracts. Why? Because I studied how options work. And that's up to you to decide, how are you going to figure this out? Well, there's 17 classes that I can show you, but it's up to you to decide whether you want to go that route or not. Welcome to the party, pals. Oh boy, BVD, I'm writing 10% out Adobe put spreads for May 17th, 368 each. I got you, Uncle B. I'm taking the spread way down here. Thank you very much. Well done. IR Aaron, it's my birthday today. Welcome, Batman, Uncle Bruce. I'm getting it finally. You don't have to hit me with a board 4 times anymore. I got it now. You've got this drilled into me. Finally, I'm figuring out the epiphany is happening. People are going, oh, I can be wrong and I can still make money. Oh my God, I didn't know it was this easy. Oh my God, I had no idea. Yeah, you can make money even when you're wrong. We're at $491.50 on Adobe. Hey, you can go up anytime you want, and it will. It's oversold. Way oversold. Fold your arms, put your positions out there, and relax. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the movie. You've been through the previews. Enjoy the show. Boy, this is fun. I love this game. This is a funny game. Splayer, happy birthday to IR Aaron. Neat. There you go, everybody. Thanks again for nailing the thumbs up button, hitting the knee emojis, honoring the Knights of Knee. Well done, everybody. We're at 228 thumbs ups, and they're coming in. Beautiful stuff, everyone. Thank you. Welcome to Friday. It's another fun day here at the OK Corral. Oh boy, I just love it when you guys make money. These option gamblers are handing you so many dollars. God, I can't believe how easy it is to go over all these different transactions and see you guys bring in these credit spreads. And you just think about this. If you're writing these credit spreads on here on Adobe, if you can do 10 of those, you're bringing in $3,680 for May 17th. You don't want to work for a living? Then write 30 of those. You'll bring in 3 times $3,600. 72, 70, $10,800. And if you give 2 of it back, keep the rest for yourself for the next 2 months. That might replace your paycheck. Right there. You do not need $1 million to retire on or $1 million to be self-employed on. You can write credit spreads and make a living on maybe 20 to 50 grand lying around. And for those of you who are, you got 5 or 10 now, then you're going to build your pot. You're just going to build your pot up to the point where, I'm handling 30 to 50 grand now. And when I do credit spreads, I bring in $3.50 credit, $4 credit on 30 positions. I bring in 12 G's, and I give 2 of it back. I keep 10, and that's 2 months, and that's 1 month. That's 6 weeks. That's 4 weeks. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Is what you say. Going, I'm not ever going back to that office. office. I can't afford to work for those people. I would lose too much money in this business that I'm in now. I love managing 40, 50, 60 grand and not working anymore. This is good stuff. I've been brainwashed my whole life to say you can't retire unless you have $2 million. No. You got to save $500 a month for 40 years, and the employer's got to match it, and it's got to grow in those ETFs or whatever those are into, because it's not a guaranteed pension return. You got to hope like hell that your investment is right, that the manager's investment is right, that you got a shot at retiring. That's what you're supposed to. You got to be kidding me. Are you kidding me? I'm not. No way. No, I'm self-employed at 50 G's. I'm now self-employed. I'm retired, quasi-self-employed already at 50 G's. This changes everything. This changes everything. Wow, Adobe down $76. We're at $4.94 on Adobe. Just jumped here a couple of bucks. Watch it go. Don't be surprised when it takes a shot. What can I say? Or JR, I'm out. HAGD. Everybody make that dinero. Giddy up, everybody. Let's get you richer. Adobe, $494.80, going for $495 now. Little run on Adobe. Just get ready for it. Volatility will be big time now on everything. We're down 102 on the Dow. That's all. We're just down 102. Nothing burger. We got S&P down 24. NASDAQ down 120 points. NASDAQ's the loser, down 0.75. The winner is the Dow, 0.3 of a percentage point. Robert, Uncle Bruce, you are mentioned with negative comments a couple of times on SoFi comments on Yahoo. Maybe it's because you are telling something others don't want you to tell. Why else use time to comment about Uncle Bruce's comments? So yeah. Have a good day. Is that what that means? HAGD, everybody. Thank you, JR. Well, I don't have, not everyone in the world is an Uncle Bruce fan. I mean, far from it. And there is no channel on YouTube where everybody loves the creator. No way. There's no TV show where everybody loves this one TV show. No. So yeah, of course. What can I say? SoFi is $7. It's down to $6.91 today. It's $7. Okay, it's down 6 cents. Is this a disaster? A 6 cent drop? Is this a disaster? It was $7.27 when they announced their financing deal. It's now $7. Is this a disaster? Really? It's 27 cents. That's your whole plan. That's the disaster. I don't think so. Is this going to $3 a share? I don't think so. There's a bunch of bargain hunters who are stepping in here going, give me all you want. Put writers, give me all you want. I'll take all this stock off your head. Don't worry. You have a friend. I'm here to buy at $7 because you already gave me $1.50. I'm your friend, the $5.50 buyer. I'm your pal. Oh my. There's 171 million shorted that are also your friends. They need to buy back their stock to make a profit. If it goes to 10 or 11, they don't make money. They lose money. So, a little turnaround on any of these, and all of a sudden shorters are in big trouble, a huge trouble. And, of course, shorters are just as dumb as those who go long. They're just as stupid. They go too long or they go too short. There's no middle ground for some people. What do you expect? It's human nature. Greed is everywhere. It's rampant. Isn't this fun? Susan, I have AI January 2025. $30 cash secured puts, 646 premium. Should I roll up to same expiry but to 35? I could bring in $1,000 credit at 340, 35 strike, or if I rolled a 32.50 for $1.70 premium, would bring in 500 credit. What do you think? Well, you've got January's. Do you want to really go forward in time? Is it necessary? This is not an urgent trade. I do understand that you could bring in more money. How far out do you have to go? Do you have to go all the way to 2026? How far do you have to go? AI is 28.75 right now, and we're down 35 cents on the day at the moment. The AI shares bottomed out today at 28.21, and we're now 28.75. So, look. You got a $30 cash secured put. The stock goes up $1.28, and those puts are worthless because that's all they're worth, $1.28. That's all they're worth. The rest is time, and that will depreciate out in the next 8.5 months, and of course, or less. Obviously, we know shares want to go to $32 a share. These are, they're way down in price, obviously. I don't know. It depends how you feel. Do you want to go to 35s? That's a $5 bump on the strike with 1,000 credit. I don't know if that's enough. If that's good enough. You may want to just sit back and let the shrinkage happen from here. There's time shrinkage coming your way, massive, of course. There's obviously movement shrinkage if it goes higher, no doubt. But the time shrinkage is pretty big here, so you might want to stick around. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Totally your call, though. If you have, you feel you want to bring in extra capital, more power to you. 494, 495 on Adobe right now. We have bumped up from the low of $488 a share to $495 on Adobe in the last 30 minutes or so. So there's definitely been a recovery of some amount on Adobe. The question now is, will it run through 500 and fluctuate in there a little bit? We'll watch. Robert, I'm off. I'll see you later. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, everyone. 2 hours already. I can't believe it's been 2 hours. We're already into a 2-hour time frame for the show. I can't believe it. Thumbs ups have come in here now at 234. Thank you, everybody, for 234 thumbs ups. Every day, thumbs ups mean everything to us. We love you for it. Thanks to those of you who have upgraded your memberships to Gold Bagel level. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed to this channel and become part of this family. I appreciate it. There may be more short videos coming out over the weekend, so keep an eye. You never know. I'm watching a lot of different things at the same time. $7 on your SOFI now. Down 5 cents. Hardly a problem. Hardly an issue here. We're down 28 on GameStop. We're up 4 on Rocket Lab. Uber's down 51. NVIDIA's up 887. The NVIDIA shares are climbing. Spire is up a dime. The Dow is down 110. Only 110. S&P down 26. NASDAQ down 129. Welcome to the party, all. VJ, Adobe, May 17 expiry. Put spread, 394.10 for a $1.25 credit. Do you think this is a nice trade? No, I don't like that trade at all. I don't want a $20 spread with only a $1.25 credit. I think you might be too far behind the market. You might need to go 410, 430, 420, 440 might be the price that you need to look at. 390 is too far away, and that's too little of a credit. Spread, thank you, Uncle Bruce, for everything. Susan, folks, this is why you have to be a member to be in this channel. Where else can you get this kind of at the moment guidance? Thanks for all you do, Bruce. Thank you, Susan. Oliver, missed the Adobe action at the open today. I have an iron on it. Watched the trade alert of the day, and I got all the answers needed at the moment. Perfect rock and roll. We're at 492 roughly on the Adobe. There's where we're at. Yeah, 440s, 420s, 450s, 430s. Those are the credits, put credit spreads I'd look at for April or May. Big in a bigger credit. Try to bring in $3, $4 if possible. The bigger the credit, the better, because it takes risk off the top. If you have a $20 spread and you can bring in 4 cash, your spread now is 16. If you are doing a $25 spread and you can bring in $7 or $8, you've got a tighter, a smaller risk level. Again, depending how far behind you are and how far out you go. It might be April, it might be May that gives you the best reward, but you're taking advantage of the dip of this market now, which is a smart move to make. You've allowed the stock to drop $77, and now you're making a credit spread down below. Fine. If you've got a credit spread on the go and you have until April or May, sit tight, fold your arms, do nothing. You don't need to, unless you see a credit spread offered to you forward a month that gives you a bigger credit or a move of strike, fine. But today is not the day to worry about it. Maybe next week might be the time to do a move like that. This is kind of fun, isn't it? We're down 113 on the Dow Jones. We're getting calm here. We're getting kind of quiet here. The first hour hype is 11. That asks the question. I'm wondering: are we running out of stock that's coming in for sale? Are we running out? Nvidia's up 1050, back to 890. We're going to 900 a share on Nvidia now. It's what it looks to me what it wants to do. If it's going to 900, wouldn't the rest of the market follow? I think so. That's a pattern I think that might be happening here. 702 on your SOFI. We're down 4 cents. That's all. Did any of you get it under 7? I know some of you did. You're smiling now. Well done. I don't know how it closes, but the market is drying out of stock. I think I get that impression. Yeah, the Dow's down 98. We've just broken the $100 barrier. We're down 95 on the Dow. We're improving here. That's what I think is. I'm smelling it. I smell a little rally coming in. We'll see how far it takes. The Nasdaq's only down 98 all of a sudden. Yeah, all of a sudden it is jumping a little bit. All right, let's take a look at our watch list here. Rocket Lab up 4.49 cents. SoFi down 4. GameStop down 23. Matterport is up a penny. We've got Spire up 8. Smart Rent up a couple. Apple down 2.19 now at 170.82. Goldman is plus 80 cents. Cisco down 50. Tesla up $1. Tesla is climbing today, up $1. ARK up 18 cents. Microsoft, after this huge run to 427, is now 417, down 749. Pfizer is down 17 cents. HPQ down, actually gaining 16 cents. Google is down 191. Amazon down 338. Nvidia up 12.75, 892 now. Unity is up a dime. It's gone green. AI is only down 17 cents. Adobe, 493 share at the moment. All right. Spiders are down 250. Qs are down 317. Netflix up $2 now. IBM down just $1. Meta Platforms down 414. Vanik Semiconductors up 64 cents here, climbing on the chip space now. That's NVIDIA. Home Depot down 7 cents. We're coming back. Enphase up 11. Palantir down 45. Uber down 50. Coinbase is green, up 480 on Coinspace. The low today was all the way down to $222. That's $16 ago. Back to 238.47. That's what's going on. So even Coinbase is snapping up a little bit of a rally right now. All right. Adobe 492.67 at the moment. Spire 702, down 3 cents. Giddy up, everybody. Giddy up, giddy up. I'm looking at all kinds of headlines here, trying to figure what's going on here. Adobe stock slides towards the worst day in 18 months as the AI story will take time. Yeah, well, I don't think investors will wait long to jump into Adobe. The bargain hunters are probably already all over it at 493, but time will tell. The Dow is down 74. We're still climbing. We're down 20 on S&P. We're down 93 on NASDAQ. We have a market improving here. Spire now up 23 cents. NVIDIA up 14.30, 8.93 here. Uber down 51, SoFi down 3, GameStop down 18 cents. It's coming on. And Rocket Lab up about 6. Those are the indicators at the moment, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this week's presentations. I hope you enjoyed the show today. I want to thank you all for supporting this channel, however you do it. 242 thumbs ups. Thank you for that today, as always. We love you guys. We will keep you posted. Those of you looking to get into the chat, the group chat, you let me know with an email. I will get you going on the Discord group. We'll get you figured out. Thank you all for following Jen and I and how we're doing here. We're getting ready for the weekend. Hope you're going to have a good weekend yourselves. Get some rest after today's day is done. Keep an eye on this channel. You never know when I make the next video for you. And we'll keep you posted on just where things are going at here. Mandu, neat emojis, a thumbs ups for you. Thank you, my friends. All of you for supporting this channel the way you do. Okay, we will see you Certainly on Monday morning at 8 o'clock, 8:30 for the rest of you. As we get this market going, thank you again. Gold Bagel members, Chillin' with Uncle Bruce members, subscribers. You are all fabulous. I love you. Have a wonderful a day and weekend. Juan, every day is a blessing to have you around, Uncle B. Thank you, Juan, for that. $4.92 on the Adobe at the moment. $7 on SoFi. $892.50 on Nvidia, up $13. I think Nvidia is leading the direction of where we're headed. We're only down 56 on the Dow. This has improved a lot since this morning's low. We're down 19 on S&P. We're down 100 on NASDAQ. Oil up down 55 cents a barrel. All right, guys. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. We'll see you here Monday morning. Otherwise, keep an eye for update videos. You never know. Thank you again. All the best to you. Goodbye from Palm Desert, California.